Aloha parents, happy Monday. Tomorrow we will begin a study on water. And water is everywhere. Water is life. So this study will hopefully help your child understand the many facets of water, and in turn it will help them to value water and protect our most important resource. So the lesson plans has ideas for discussions, songs, journaling, videos, movement, and activities. So take a look at it. Select the ones that you think your child will be interested in, and use questions to promote understanding and higher level thinking. I would review the videos beforehand as well. You know your child, you know what will rock his or her world and what is like, this is boring. And always remember, it is the process, not the finished project, that is most important. So I'm going to go over some of the activities, and I am going to start off with the first one, and it's a science experience called Will It Dissolve in Water? Number one rule, and I learned this from being a teacher, is be prepared. So get all your materials ready before you start the activity, because children's attention spans are kind of like that. Yeah, so you want to keep them engaged. So we would need a clear bowl, a spoon, a measuring cup or pitcher for pouring, and various objects that may or may not dissolve. So you can choose these objects beforehand, and maybe you could do the experiments twice. The next time, have your child select things and have them project whether or not it will dissolve in the water. So I learned, don't use small bowl and fill it up with plenty water. Use big bowl and not so much water, because children are still gaining their motor skills, so they spill, right? They haven't got that judgment yet. So you want to make them successful at it, and you don't want to get annoyed because things are getting spilled all over. So make it a win-win situation. So pour some water, or have them pour some water in a bowl. And see, not too much. And get different objects or materials. So I have salt in here. And what do you think will happen if we put the salt in the water and we mix it up? And have them make some predictions, and you can try it. You can have them do it and talk about what's happening when they are engaged in the activity. And you can talk about what dissolve means. Dissolve, well, what do you think dissolve means? I think dissolve is just make it go away or make it invisible, because what happened to the salt? Do you see it? No, it disappeared. It dissolved in the water. And have a place that you can pour the water in after. And you can use this or a bucket. And go on to the next object. Pour the water in, put the object in. Do you think it will dissolve or not? And see what happens. So that is the first activity. And for older children, you can make a chart. And if your child is writing words, before you do the experiment, you can have them write the words. And when they're done, they can check off if it dissolved or if it did not dissolve. Okay? All kids love water. All kids love washing. And so activity that you can do daily is have them wash things. If you're going to let them wash your dishes, know that it's not, you're probably going to have to do it again. But it's okay, again, it's a process. So if you're going to have them wash dishes at your sink, make sure you supervise, because they're probably going to need a step stool or a chair to stand on. You can also have them wash in a tub or a pan with some soapy water and a sponge, and have another tub or pan for rinsing, and a map for drawing. And it's a very soothing and meaningful activity for kids, and they feel good when they're able to clean something. So you may want to have them clean some of their toys, some of their plastic toys. My favorite is watercolor painting. And I went away this weekend and there was no TV and there was no internet and no phone service. So I brought some water paints, and what we did was we only had one brush, and so we took turns with the brush, and it was just very relaxing and just very peaceful. And something about watercolors, there's no right way or wrong way. The only thing is, especially if your child is younger, make sure that they dip the brush in the paint and make sure that they wash it in the water, because they often like to mix all the paints together and make one big black puddle. Yeah, so just remind them, hey, paint on the paper, wash your brush, choose another color, wash your brush. So that's watercoloring. If you don't have watercolors at home, you can use food coloring. And all you need to do is put a little bit of food coloring in some water and use a brush. Or if you don't have a brush, again, you can be creative and, maybe you can use a Q-tip swab for painting. Yeah. The next thing is this video called Chalk. And this is a book that I love to read in class. It doesn't have any words, but it has beautiful illustrations. And it tells a story of some kids who go walking out in the rain and they discover magic chalk. So you can have your child watch it once, and maybe the second time you can have them tell the story or narrate the story. What do you see now? The boy is drawing a picture on the playground, or whatever they say. It's a wonderful activity to promote language development and communication skills. And you can follow up by getting some chalk and doing some chalk drawings outside. And you can erase it with a spray bottle filled with water, or you can get a paintbrush and water and have them paint over that so that they will see the effect of water on chalk. The next activity is sink or float. So you would need a transparent container. Probably a bigger one is better because they can watch it either sink or stay up and float. And if your child is younger and you want to record the results, well, you can do something very simple. Sink and float. So after they do the experiment, does it sink or does it float? Oh, this is floating. Where are we going to put it? Yep, on this side it says float, right? So they're categorizing, they're understanding words, they're reading words because they know S, sink, float. And you can incorporate math in here too. So when they're done with this, you can know how many items floated to the top, how many items sunk to the top. Let's count the items. How many items altogether? Which had more? Which had less? So math and literacy can be embedded in everything you do. For the older children, you can use something like this. Now this is, again, if your child is able to write and you think they have the attention span to do this. So this is a graph or chart object, and then they make predictions. Will it sink or will it float? And after the experiment, what actually happened? Did it sink or did it float? They can tally this up as well. Okay. The last thing I have is flavored water. because our bodies are made up of mostly water. And we need to keep hydrated, especially kids. So water is the best way. If you look at juices and other drinks, there's a lot of sugar and a lot of things in it that is not so good for our bodies. So water is the best thing. It flushes out toxins from our bodies. It sharpens our ability to focus and concentrate. It boosts metabolism, and it gives us energy and uplifts our moods and a whole lot more. So you can, this is probably the best way because they can see it, but choose different fruits or herbs or both and place it into a container and let it sit for a while. And you know, part of it is, look at this is so beautiful. I wonder what it's going to taste like. Yeah. And you can also do a smaller version. You can use this, pour out some water and cut the fruits up a little bit bigger and have them push it in to their drinking bottle and shake it. Yeah. So those are some ideas for exploring water. Have fun and let me know if you have any questions and enjoy. Bye.